Well, good morning, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. It's April the 8th. I pulled into Mike's place yesterday, the 7th, and I spent the night. And I'm just getting ready to take off here. I just thought I would show you around Mike's place real quick. So I'll turn this camera around and I'll film a little bit of Mike's place. Alright, this is the back side of Mike's place. The camping area is down in there. There's lots of camping spaces down in the bushes, and this is where I camped last night. And there's the back side. I don't want to go talk to him because he gave me some chores to do. I'll take some more video on the way out. Bye. Well, good morning, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. I just wanted to show you Mike's watering tank. You mind if I videotape you, sir? Okay. I'm going to turn the camera around here and get some video here. So, I just came back from Mike's, spending the night, and this is where people water up because it could be 18 miles before there's any water. So I'm leaving here with 5 liters. And I just tanked up a liter, so I'm actually leaving with 6. I'm carrying I drank a liter, but they got these big tanks here full of water. And people stop here. Some people stop at Mike's overnight. Some people just come down for the water and then press on, like you.
Hey.
So, you have a trail name, sir?
I think they were calling me Hydro.
Hydro. Huh.
Yeah.
Because of the water?
The first time I was doing all the filtering, but now we've got 2 filters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
We're from Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
Okay. I used to live in Lancaster, so I know where that's at.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thousand Oaks.
Yeah. Are you section hiking or all the way through?
All the way through.
All the way through. Nice.
Yeah. I'm going to Canada. I'm going to be
nice.
joining that 30% club. So do you young ladies over here mind being videotaped? Hello.
Hi. Hello.
I'm Condo. I'm video blogging. I've got over 300 subscribers.
Oh wow.
Soon to
Hi,
hit
Condo.
7,000 because most hikers I run into, not everybody, but the ones that look friendly, I stop and interview. So you young ladies, you have a trail name?
I do. It's Rocky.
Rocky? How did you get that?
I really like rocks.
Really like rocks?
Yeah.
Okay. One of my subscribers said, please take more pictures of rocks.
They're beautiful.
And that last stretch, I didn't have any battery power left in my camera. I didn't get I took a couple pictures, but not as many. And where are you from?
Thousand Oaks.
Oh, you guys are all together. You're all Thousand Oaks. Do you have a trail name?
I do. Patches.
Patches. Because you had to patch your clothes?
Because I had to patch my feet last time.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you having a good hike?
Yes, we're having a great hike.
Are you and you're through hiking to Canada?
Actually, we're just going to Cedar Springs this time.
Cedar Springs.
Yeah.
How far up is that?
53 miles from Warner Springs, which is where we started.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
We'll have a nice section hike.
Me too.
I'm glad the water's here.
Same here. We're very happy for that. Yes.
Alrighty. Well, this is Condo out. Bye. Well, hello there, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. I just remembered, I don't think I filmed the front of Mike's place, but the front of Mike's place pretty much looks like the back of Mike's place. I missed supper last night. I got in around 6, and a lady let me know, oh, you just missed supper. Oh, thank you. And I didn't miss breakfast. I had breakfast. It was scrambled eggs and pancakes. It was really good, kind of chocolate. I asked the proprietor, how do you make those pancakes? He said, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. So I didn't press him on that issue. I don't know what was in those pancakes, but I'm feeling pretty good. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. I was gonna film the front, of Mike's, but I forgot. But anyway, kind of looks like the front. There's a little seating area around a table where you can charge your devices and have your breakfast. He also had a big pot of coffee, which I took advantage of. It was very nice. Anyway, this is the 8th of April, and I think this is my 17th day since starting, and enjoying myself. The feet are a little sore this morning, but I think it'll work out. Alrighty, take care. Condo here, bye. Well, hello family, friends, and total strangers. I just thought I would show you, I've been coming up the hill, the mountain, whatever, from Mike's place, and I just thought I would show you Mike's place down there. And I'm going to pan real slowly, because one of the subscribers said, you pan way too fast. So, just give you an idea of the mountain range over there. That's the view this morning. Really nice view. And I'm going uphill. Anyway, I just thought I would show that. Bye. Well, hello. This is Condo. Welcome, family, friends, and total strangers. I just entered Riverside County after leaving Mike's. So, geez, I feel like I'm getting closer to LA. Riverside County is just on the other side of LA. So anyway, I just thought I'd note, so far the switchbacks have been so much better than that 10 miles prior to Mike's. 10 miles prior to Mike's, it was just an arduous climb. It was the hardest 13 miles I've ever walked. I think it's the only 13 miles I ever walked, but it was very hard. Switchbacks were just pretty steep. These switchbacks, you see those people over there? They're right there walking along. Let's see, they're going to walk along that nice long, probably nicely sloped switchbacks. Then they're going to go around the corner. Then they're going to end up over there, going along that long switchback. I wouldn't even call that a switchback. It goes all along there. So it just seems like it's much easier walking this climb when they have these longer switchbacks. They're not as steep. Man, that 10 miles prior to Mike's. Woo! I walked 13 miles yesterday, the hardest I've ever worked in my life. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Bye. Well, hello there, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. Well, I'm probably like a mile north of Mike's.
Yeah.
And a gentleman came along. I asked if I could interview him, and he agreed. So, do you have a trail name yet?
I do. It's DB Cooper.
DB Cooper.
Yes.
Uh-oh. You got money packed in that bag?
Backpacking's kind of expensive. It's all spent.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Very expensive, especially when you're staying in hotels.
Yeah.
So, when did you start?
March 29th.
Wow, you're doing good.
Well, my knee's not, but overall I'm doing all right.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well, that's a
taking
good
it easy.
deal. Now, where are you from?
California.
What part of California?
In the San Francisco area.
Yeah, my son lives up there in the Bay Area. So, yeah, he enjoys it up there. I have one son lives there, and another son lives out in Milwaukee.
Nice.
So, what made you decide to hike the Pacific Crest Trail?
I figure I probably have another 10 more years of hiking, so wanted to do a couple more big adventures before it gets harder and harder.
Do you mind if I ask you how old you are?
I'm 60.
60. You're a youngster.
That's what
I'm 68.
Perfect.
Well, I'll be 68 on the 15th.
Okay.
I've been telling people I'm 68, but you know,
Yeah.
got to come clean. I'll be 68 on the 15th. There's a gentleman back at the Warner Springs. It's 80.
Nice.
So
It's inspirational.
you got
Good.
20 more years.
Oh, heck, I didn't
You
need to
got
start then this year. I could have waited about another 10 years.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, you having a good time?
Most days I am. And one thing for anyone looking to do long distance, never quit on a bad day.
No, yeah, never
just
quit on a bad
please
day.
don't quit on a bad day.
That's the #1 rule. Take a couple
Exactly.
days in town,
Yeah.
have some hamburger, steak, a few beers, and you'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've been trying to think of more questions to ask on an interview. Seems like I'm always asking the same question, so let me think of a new one. Where have you stayed?
Let's see, I did a Nero, both in Mount Laguna and Julian.
Yeah,
Julian was unexpected. I was, my knee's saying I was pushing it too much, take
Right.
a little bit off, and so it's a
And
beautiful town. Both places were real accommodating.
for those folks that aren't familiar with backpacking, a Nero is when you walk into town, stay the night,
Yeah.
and then leave the next morning.
Yeah.
A zero is when you don't do any hiking at all. You're just there. Like you take a Nero, stay the next day, don't do any hiking, that's a zero. So I guess I've taken 2 Neros and a zero. And I'm taking a Nero and a zero at Idlewood.
Good.
So anyway.
I'm not planning to stay there. I'll probably go Paradise Cafe, get my resupply, and then push over to Big Bear.
I'm getting my resupply at Paradise Valley.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna hitch into town, spend a couple nights, recuperate, and then hitch back
I
up.
might do the same thing,
Yeah,
I'm starting to smell. It might be nice to shower.
Anyway, I don't want to keep any longer. What kind of backpack do you got?
I went for the Z-Pack.
I got the Z-Pack. Arc
Yeah.
Blast?
I don't recall the brand.
Oh, I think it's the Arc Blast. The Arc Haul is the bigger one. And this is like 35 pounds capacity or something like that. I don't know.
I like the Dyneema fabric. Stronger than steel, lighter
Yep.
than nylon. So
I bought every auxiliary known to mankind on that.
see, that's how it gets expensive. Me too.
No kidding. It was like $700 and some.
Yeah.
I asked for the jetpack, but they hadn't developed it yet. So anyway, I'll let you go.
All right. Happy trails.
Bye. Hello there, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. I've been wanting to kind of show you some of the overgrowth on the trail. You have to walk through these bushes. Now this isn't bad, but some of it's been a lot worse. You have to walk through these bushes. These bushes have little sharp ends on them, and can be quite painful on the legs. But I haven't really been scratched up yet. But it's just a lot of this. And this isn't bad here. Some of it I can hardly get through. One time my backpack got caught. I thought I was going to be stuck there until the next hiker came along, but I managed to get myself free. But it's just really overgrown. This isn't bad. Some of it's so bad you can hardly push through it. Especially when you got a backpack on. Anyway, that wasn't too bad. Some of it can be a lot worse. Look at the rock work down there that they've done. I wouldn't want to be underneath there. I wouldn't want to be underneath there during an earthquake. You know, speaking of earthquakes, I used to live in California and I've experienced a number of earthquakes. So when I'm walking along the trail, I'm always looking for a place I can dive under in case of an earthquake. And there goes the trail. This Riverside County portion has been really nice. Very nice. Anyway, I just wanted to show you a section of the trail here. Now this is the type of thing that can be very dangerous. Look at that. You walk along there, there's a bush there, so your pack's going to hit it, and you don't have much room there, and you could slide down there very easily. That wouldn't be good. So those are the type of places, man, you got to be really careful. Anyway, just thought I'd mention it. Very dangerous section right there. Anyway, bye. Well, hello, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. I just thought I would give a tip to those through hikers coming through. At Mike's place, I helped the young man look for his tent sack. His tent sack, it was very windy, and those stuffed sacks are very light. It was a very light sack, and it blew away. So we never could find it. Who knows where it went? But just a tip, what I do is I always have my tent sack. I put my steak sack, which is also very light. I put the steak sack in the tent sack, and then I put that in my pocket. And when I'm in the tent, I put it in one of my shoes. When I get up, I put that sack and the tent sack in my pocket. And I'm very careful about when I get the tent sack out, I always get the steak sack and stick it in my pocket. So anyway, just keep those sacks secured because they're so light they'll just blow away. Anyway, I just thought I'd leave that little tip. Alrighty, bye.
I gotta catch up to my girlfriend.
Good morning, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. Just breaking camp and along come a hiker. I thought I'd interview him real quick. And you have a trail name yet?
Yeah, I'm Splits.
Splits?
Splits.
And when did you start?
On the 27th.
You're doing good. And where are you from?
New York.
New York.
Buffalo, New York.
But what do you think about this West Coast scenery?
It's fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I know you're in a hurry to catch up with your girlfriend, so I'll let you go. You have a great hike.
Take care. Happy
Bye.
trails.
Well, hello, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. I just broke camp about a mile south at 134.7. I'm making my way towards Paradise Cafe, and I just thought I'd share with you my strategy. I've been averaging when I'm walking probably somewhere between 9 and 13 miles a day. I spent a Nero and a 0 at Mount Laguna, a Nero at Julian, and I plan on spending a Nero and a 0 in Idlewild. A Nero meaning you walk part of the way, you go into town, spend the night, and the next day you don't walk at all, and then the next day you leave. So that's a difference between a Nero and a 0. So this is my strategy. I see so many hikers just blowing by me, even in the middle of the night, walking probably at least 3 miles an hour, maybe 4, like they're racing. I don't know why they're racing. They're going to be hitting that snow, and from all reports, the snow is melting very rapidly. So why not just take a little slow and let more of the snow melt? I'm going to spend a couple days in Idlewild resting and having some good food and some good beer and relax a little bit. Then my plan is to hit Paradise Cafe, hitch into Idlewild, spend a couple days, come back to Paradise Cafe and continue the hike over San Cinco Mountain. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. I've had subscribers phonically show me how to pronounce it, but I'll probably still bungle it. Anyway, it's a big mountain up ahead with a lot of snow on it. So I'm just taking my time letting the snow melt, and that's part of my strategy. I just don't see these people racing. They're just like going like crazy. Why? Why don't you slow down? Smell the roses, as one subscriber suggested. So anyway, I've been doing a lot of that, just taking my time. My feet is doing good, no blisters. My knees are doing good. I've got a couple little sores on my thumbs that Band-Aid will not stay on those thumbs. There's no way. I've wrapped it with Leuco tape, all kinds of tape that it just won't stay on. So anyway, I'm putting some medication on those every morning. So anyway, I'm interviewed another person back in camp that I'll show you. You probably have already seen it because I filmed it first. So if you subscribers, if you have any things you'd like me to point out or any comments, if there's anybody out there that's really good at Power Director, let me know. Maybe I'd like to talk to you because I'm using Power Director. I started practicing a couple months prior, but I would sure like to learn a couple shortcuts because it's taken me longer than it should on using Power Director for editing on my iPhone 12 Pro. Anyway, enough of me talking too much. I'll turn the camera around slowly and show you what I'm looking at. So I'm going to pan real slow, and you can see the trail over there going down right now, which is really nice. Okay, come back around. Take care. Bye. Well, hello, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. You know, I just wanted to make a couple comments. First, trekking poles. I see hikers without them. The vast majority of hikers do have trekking poles, and I don't know why you'd want to hike without them. They have saved me from stumbling and falling flat on my face probably a dozen times. Now, when I use these trekking poles, I'm not just tapping the ground. I'm kind of pushing along, and I think that takes stress. I know it takes stress off my knees. So even on level ground, I'm pushing off, using my upper body instead of just all in my legs. So I'm sharing the strain, and I think that really helps. Especially going uphill, I'm really using my arms to help push up. And I think that's a big reason I'm not having knee pain. Another little tip, I was gonna mention back there a ways when I broke camp, but you know, I've got the Toaks pot with the little orange cover, and a lot of people leave that cover to save a half an ounce or whatever it weighs. But you know, I'm glad I brought mine because it's really handy. I use that all the time to hold the pot when it's hot. I use it to, especially useful when you take your gas canister, and that gas canister seems like it always collects dirt and sand on the bottom. So I have a habit of setting it on that orange cover, and that keeps the bottom of the pot clean. So when you put the gas canister in your pot, it doesn't bring all that sand with it. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Yeah, I debated whether to bring the cover or not, and I decided to bring it. You know what? I'm glad I did. So that's a good choice. For those of you that haven't hiked yet, that are thinking about not bringing the cover, you know what? Most hikers I've seen with the Toaks pot has that orange cover, and it sure comes in handy. Okay, that's enough for the tips. I'll just scan around here, and you can see where I'm at here. Let's see. Gonna do a circle here. That's not working. Well, hello again. Condo here. I just wanted to show you. You can really see the trail going along there. And it's a pretty good, kind of up and down a little bit, and it goes that way. But look at the rocks up there. Man, if there's an earthquake, a lot of those rocks are coming down. That's why I always keep an eye out for some place to take cover, just in case. Oh, I just thought about, I was talking about those trekking poles. I also use those poles not only going uphill, helping me go up, but they're useful on a steep decline. I can put those in front of me and slow my momentum, because at my weight, I can build momentum pretty fast. So it kind of slows me down, and I do use those trekking poles going uphill and downhill. And that's just what I wanted to say. Let's walk over here a little bit. Let me move the camera, and I'll show you one of the inclines that I'm going to use my trekking poles going downhill. Now look how that goes. Now that's a pretty steep decline there, so I'm certainly going to have my trekking poles out in front of me, slowing me down. Otherwise, I'd probably be doing a somersault and rolling down the hill. So anyway, condo out. Bye. Well, hello there, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. I just stopped at Thule Spring back there a couple miles. walked down a quarter mile and got me a couple liters of water and cameled up also. You know, this territory here, you've seen it, I've showed it many times. So I haven't seen that many people walking. I pretty much walk solo 99.9% of the time until I see someone walking along, usually passing me, and I'll stop and talk to them. Sometimes I get an interview. You know, when back at Mike's place, I was talking to a young man, trail name of Mayo. Very interesting. I was talking to Mayo and I says, you know, this earlier today when I was walking in, it just felt like there was something in my shoes, like rocks in my shoes. I took my shoes and socks off and there was no rocks. Mayo said, yeah, he said, that's a foot condition, especially for older people. The bones start to break up. So I guess my bones are breaking up. I like to think they're just readjusting to condo, and they're making arrangements to travel. Mayo's very interesting. Every time I see him, he the other day he was all curled up in a little spot, just taking a little nap. Other times I've seen him, he's writing in his journal. He has quite a story. He took a freighter over here. I can't remember where he landed, but it was 18 days on a freighter. Paid passage. He didn't stow away or anything, but he got to Canada and then COVID hit. So he was, I believe he's from the Netherlands, but he hung out in Canada for a year waiting for this 2021 PCT, and now he's hiking it. But he wears sandals. He's one of those sandal wearers, and I just don't see how he does it. But anyway, I just thought I would relay that story. Yeah, I don't think I'll ask for medical advice anymore from other hikers. I didn't want to hear that. Oh, especially for older people, your bones start to break in your feet. And he named the condition, very knowledgeable. But anyway, my feet are fine, so they're just adjusting to walking. So anyway, condo out. Bye. Hello, family, friends, total strangers. Condo here. Look what I came upon. The first bloom of this cactus. The very first one I've seen so far on the trail. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. It's purple and white, and the bugs are taking full advantage. Very nice. And look at these other ones. Just almost ready to burst out. Yeah. Oh, there's going to be a lot of pretty flowers. Get my shadow out of the way. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. Hello, family, friends, and total strangers. Condo here. Well, I made it almost to the top of a mountain. I sat down to take a break, and along comes another hike. The first ones I've seen in 4 or 5 hours, I think. So how you doing?
Tired.
Tired as me?
It's a hot day out there.
That's a climb, wasn't it?
It was.
Jeez.
Yep.
So do you have a handle?
My name is Puma. Yep.
Puma. Now how did you get that?
I saw a mountain lion.
Where at?
Mile 171.4 to be exact. Scared the you-know-what out of me.
So when was that?
It was a couple days ago, 3 days ago maybe.
We're not at 171 yet.
71.4.
Oh, 71. 71.
71.4.
I was gonna say, you're on top of the mountain over there. You're in snow. You saw a snow lion.
Yeah, it's about to turn off for Idlewild at once.
Yeah. So when did you start?
April 2nd.
Wow, you're making good time.
Yeah, I'm trying not to push it too hard, but things seem to be okay right now.
You know, I've interviewed a lot of people. Where are you from?
North Carolina, Charlotte.
Charlotte. Oh, nice area. So what's the one piece of equipment that you're glad you brought?
My pee bottle.
Same here. I haven't peed outside once. We'll have to compare pee bottles. I think I have a really good one.
So do I.
Okay, must be the same one then. I haven't exited my tent at night one time.
Me neither.
So anyway, what's the worst piece of equipment you wish you never brought?
Well, right now it's my Gore-Tex jacket. It's shoved at the bottom of the pack. Haven't touched it yet. You know, maybe when we get in the San Jacintos, maybe I'll get it. But
Gore-Tex jacket.
yeah, so rain. You know.
Yeah,
rain
yeah.
Jacket, waterproof jacket.
So, what have you seen any? Have you got rid of any equipment since you've been on the trail?
Nope. Actually, I've done pretty good equipment-wise
Okay.
and pretty good food-wise. Brought too much food. Still have one piece of food all the way from Campo that I haven't eaten yet. But
Oh my God, give it here, I'll eat it. I left quite a bit of food back at Warner Springs at the community center.
Yep.
Did you stop there?
Yes, I did. That's actually where my appetite started to pick up.
I left half a box full of stuff there. Condo hikes. Anyway, so what motivated you to hike the Pacific Crest Trail?
Just thought about it for years and years now, and you know, I got to figure things out story. Just I wanted to do it, and just retired, so I figured now was a good time to do it.
What'd you do for?
Engineer.
What kind of engineer?
Worked at Pratt & Whitney, built aircraft engines.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That must have been a pretty interesting job.
It was great.
I had a job once in a factory. I could have went into tool and die, but I went in the Air Force instead.
Yep.
I was working as an apprentice, and all I was doing was sharpening little tool bits. And they were making mortar shells
Yep.
for the DoD, and they had to be exact, and they had all these blueprints. But I elected to go in the Air Force instead, so I went 20 years in the Air Force.
Good.
So, anyway, man, I'm glad I met you. It's been kind of lonely here. I've been walking solo for quite a ways. I was wondering, did everybody die in the world?
Sputnik's about, he's probably a mile behind us right now. He's coming up.
Okay.
We're going to try to make the water tank for the end of today.
I'll walk down to the spring.
Yeah.
The tank was empty. That cap was off that big valve.
Yeah, you got to go down.
Yeah, I went down to the creek, and the water tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I better quit
Very good.
yakking. My videos are being so long, it's almost like, you know, as long as the 10 Commandments and Charlton Heston, and there's going to be an intermission any minute or something. Anyway, take care, man.
See ya.